welcome everyone on this beautiful morning. We're very honored and thrilled to have Jeffery Candelaria with us today. Very, very prominent person in the community. We have not known each other for a very long time, but I know you by reputation.
Thank you.
And you've worked in the Hispano Chamber. You're an author. You're a radio personality. Tell us a little bit more detail about you, if you would.
Well, it's really interesting. Uh, I grew up actually only about a quarter mile from here
How
on
wonderful.
South Broadway.
Good.
So growing up as a little boy, the whole train, all that ambient, sound that the train
Yes.
makes, particularly at night, it was very welcoming to me as a child
Nice.
when I was getting ready to go to sleep. And so trains, just because of the proximity as to where I was born and where the main train artery is
Yeah.
going, what is it, north-south or south-north, it was always kind of a part of my life. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, part of your heartbeat there.
So right here, this wonderful place that you oversee and orchestrate,
Thank you.
it was very close to me and my brother's lives growing up as
So
little
happy.
boys.
Happy
we'd
we're friends.
We'd go to the train tracks and we'd see the train come by. Of course, it was
Sure.
a little dangerous,
You
but
gotta be careful.
but
Yeah.
we were just fascinated by the majesty of the train.
Yes.
So
happy.
anyway, there's my train story. if
Okay.
you will.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
But no, I'm from Albuquerque. I made a career. I graduated from UNM, and I had the pleasure of working at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce for 20 years and orchestrated all of their business events, all their, social functions, and learned how to really make a difference by connecting people
Exactly.
to opportunity.
Exactly.
If that
That's
makes
right.
any sense.
I love that. I love that.
And that's
really
what
good.
that was
Yeah.
one of the great lessons of working there, is talking to people, notwithstanding their station in the community, but truly and sincerely making an effort to connect dots on their behalf
Yes.
and bringing people together to make something, in this case, called business happen.
Yeah.
And it was so rewarding to see
Wonderful.
some of that success, even though
Sure.
I myself wasn't necessarily the business person, but just entreng those relationships made such a difference. That's how I met your producer over here, Daniel, and others. So it was a great career.
I'm so
I can
happy.
tell
That's
you.
wonderful. We talk about, I teach a lot of children, and yesterday I was teaching a big group, and I do almost every day, and I talk about the melting pot here, and that's what you're talking about. When the
Absolutely.
railroad came, it brought 27 nationalities. So that
Sure.
started the melting pot that you're talking about, to bring the
Absolutely.
community together, that we're all close and we all have the rare opportunity of helping each other and being together. So
Great point.
it's a great honor that to me that we're here. My family came in 1920, Jewish family from Russia,
Oh,
and we
okay.
always were very well accepted, and so we were very grateful to the Hispanic people and all the people who were kind to each other.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm happy we're friends now, and I hope that
Oh.
you'll want to continue to always help us and be with us. We're thrilled you're coming April 26th to speak at Wheels Museum. That's a Sunday at noon. So that's going to be a wonderful opportunity, and we will put that on our mailing list with about 8,000 people.
Oh, that's
And we will
fantastic.
advertise it on Instagram and on this podcast, and we hope that you will do so, because what you have to tell us is very, very important.
Yeah.
And what you're going to be talking about is your book, TORO, The Naked Wolf,
Yeah.
and how to write a book.
Yeah.
And I was an English teacher, and I want to learn from you how to engineer a book, how to write a book, how to
Right.
do the style of a book, everything about that. And I'm hoping that this morning you'll give us a little preview of all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple of examples, and I hope you all can attend. And I'd like to thank my marketing person, Ashley Dalton. She helps me promote not only the book, but kind of what I do in these tutorials. So I created this book. I incepted it. I wrote every word. Kind of a dedication to my grandfather who raised me. Gave me a work ethic. Gave me the ability to be very resourceful.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that. And
Yeah.
he taught me how to talk to people. The secret of life, even though he never articulated that, was talk to people.
Yes.
Even if they're strangers, just talk.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's incredible that very simple, most rudimentary behavioral skill, talking to people, can just open up so many opportunities in life.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I agree.
that's how Daniel and I met. We talked, and now I'm here,
Exactly.
4 years
So
later,
Yeah, that's
because
right. That's
we
right.
talk to each other. Anyway, the book, it's Toro, the Naked Bull. And we're going to be here Sunday, April 26th
at noon.
from noon to about 1:30. It's free, everyone. And
Yes.
so what I've done is I've learned how to create these teaching lessons or tutorials for about an hour, and I
Great.
teach people the very basics or the rudiments of how to engineer a book.
I love that.
For example,
Okay.
all of you listening out there or viewing, what inspires your story? Because every one of you has a story, whether it's about your family life, whether it's your business life, whether it's other areas of your human condition, but you all have a story. And so, how do you orchestrate that story into a book?
Wonderful.
And one of the ways you do that is you come up with a theme, an overarching theme. So in my case, again, Toro the Naked Bull on Amazon, the bull or the Toro represents in the human condition the trials, the tribulations, the difficulties, the challenges that we deal with all the time. That's what the Toro or the bull represents. And the matador is a metaphor for you or me facing
Oh,
a bull.
perfect.
Which
Perfect.
is whether it's I lost my job, I'm going through a divorce, there's a health issue in my family, whatever it may be. And
Wonderful.
that's the theme of the book.
I love it.
And each of you all have that kind of story or that kind of theme within you. So what I do in this tutorial, and I hope you all attend, April 26th, noon to 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to go over some of the basics like how do you create characters?
Oh, great. Perfect.
And once you create characters, how do you then begin to develop those characters within the construct of your theme or your story?
Good.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And then I touch a little bit on, for example, styles of writing. Everyone is going to have a particular style that each of you will gravitate toward. I tend to be a kind of person, I think Ashley would agree, that I embellish my storytelling by painting pictures with words. That's what I endeavor to do.
Wonderful.
Some of you may not do that. Some of you might be more economical in terms of the way you tell your story. There is no right or wrong. But I kind of, in this tutorial, help people be more comfortable with their own particular individual style. Does that make
Perfect.
sense?
I love
Yeah.
it.
So
Love it.
hopefully you all will be here.
Oh, we'll be here. We'll
Yeah.
be here. Can't all wait. I'm curious about many, many things about this. Is it self-published or did someone publish? How did you get it published?
So it is self-published.
Okay. Okay.
But
Good.
fortunately, because I know something about promotion, because I was the marketing person at the chamber,
Yeah.
and I tell people when you write your book, don't wait until it's published to start promoting or
Good
marketing it.
idea. Good idea.
You have to start before the book is consummated or published. You've got to pre-sell the book. And yes, to answer your question, it's self-published.
Okay.
I did attach myself to an Amazon platform so that folks can just on their little phone dial up Toro the Naked Bull, Jeffery Candelaria on Amazon in the book section and just make a purchase. But I've sold almost 4,000 copies,
Wow.
which is not bad,
That's huge.
you know,
Huge.
being that I self-published.
Wonderful. Now we're hoping you're going to bring the book that day when you come,
Oh yeah.
and then every bit of the proceeds will go to you.
Yes.
And and I bet you'll sign it.
Yeah,
I bet
that's
you'll
true.
sign it.
I
So
am
they-
an entrepreneur.
So they have a chance to come and buy the book, listen to your fabulous talk,
Right.
be inspired, be educated, and get you to sign it.
Yes.
And yes, so we are so excited about it. So I have to know, are you in the book?
Well,
are you a character?
So there are four brothers who happen to be matadors in a fictitious town because it is a novel.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
one of the brothers is this very accomplished, very capable matador, very skilled. He tends to be a little arrogant. That's a composite. Then the other brother, he's ethical, he's moral, he's got a great deal of empathy. He's also a skilled matador. Then the third brother, and I'm answering your question, but I'm
Yeah,
giving
it's
you some
interesting. I love it.
context.
Yeah.
The third brother is a resentful archetype. because he can never be a bullfighter, because in the story he was gored by a bull in a practice session years before. So his character represents resentment
Injury.
because he can never be what his older brothers are.
Okay.
And the youngest brother, who reminds me of Daniel, by the way, is a character that has youth and innocence and idealism. So you have these four archetypes and all the machinations that go on inside the family, the four brothers,
Fascinating.
representing their brand. They're in the story. They're the Montoya family.
Okay.
So it's like all of us, we have to maintain a brand, a legacy, but sometimes in doing so with our brothers and sisters and our friends, we have challenges amongst ourselves while we're still trying to accomplish kind of a group objective of maintaining our legacy. And there's a female character.
That was my next question. Tell me about
There's
her.
a female character
Okay.
who represents wisdom.
Oh, that's exactly right. We know that. We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
She keeps all the guys straight.
There you go.
And
I know
actually,
that job. I have that job.
she's very insightful throughout the story.
An older woman or a young
No,
woman?
she's a younger woman.
Young woman.
She
Okay.
happens to be a flamenco dancer.
Oh boy.
She wants her fiance, who is the ethical brother,
All right.
to no longer be a bullfighter because she knows he doesn't really want to do that, but he's compelled to be part of. I have to do this to maintain the legacy, my duty to my family. So there you go again. Struggle with duty to family versus what he really wants to do. Right?
Where does it take place?
It takes place in a fictitious village called Villa de Candelaria, after my name,
Sure.
in a fictitious part of Spain in 1953.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever seen a bullfight?
I have.
How did you feel about the bull?
Well, that's an interesting story. I was a little boy, and I'm going to tell the story when we do our tutorial. But I'll give you a concise version.
All right. I don't want to give away any secrets.
This won't be
Okay.
Tolstoy's War and Peace. I promise you. My grandfather, who raised me, had to have some dental work done, and he was, again, I'm being very direct, very transparent. He was lower middle class.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
We
all were. We all were.
We grew up in a blighted area, South Broadway.
Yeah. Sure.
So
Tell me
to
about
go
it.
to a dentist in Albuquerque at that time was X number of dollars. But if he went to Mexico, it was a lot less expensive. So he had to have a lot of dental work done. So we went all the way to Mexico City
Oh my gosh.
to get dental
Wow.
work done.
Interesting.
Because you pay cash and it's less expensive. And
Wow.
while we were there,
Yeah.
he took me and my aunt to a bullfight. And I had never seen anything so fraught with stimulation.
I can imagine.
I had never been with 50,000 people.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the Plaza de Toros in
Wow.
Mexico
My
City.
God.
You're talking about 50,000 people, and everyone seemed to be wearing these colorful, just brilliant costumes. By the way, I learned later that every section sometimes represents a part of a community,
Okay.
and they all wear certain colors to reflect that part
I
of the
never
community.
knew that.
So
Never
as a
knew
little
that
boy,
either.
I'm seeing 50,000 people, all the brilliant colors, and the smells of all the food, I mean, just all the fried
Ooh.
food. It just
Oh
smells
wow.
so
I'm starving. I'm
amazing.
starving.
And then the bulls come out. The first part of the bullfight is the bulls are paraded out.
Uh-huh.
And I think there were like 5 bulls. And just the majesty, the power, yes, the fury, but just the majesty of the bulls was something to behold.
I can
I'd
imagine.
never seen a
No.
bull,
Oh yeah. That's
I
right.
had seen cows.
That's right. That's right.
Not a
Oh,
bull.
wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And then after the bulls are paraded, they're sequestered back inside the belly of the bull ring, and then the matadors come out in what's called their traje de luces. That's Spanish for suit of colors. Suit of colors. And each matador, once again, wears a particular color to represent their community. And so they looked like princes, like Greek gods walking about. Just their gait, their presentation. You could tell they had bravery and courage right off the
Sure.
bat. So that was my experience. And of course, the bullfight happened, and there's so many different stages there. And notwithstanding the political correctness of it, it still struck me that you have mankind, or man in this case, versus the bull, who's the environment. It struck me that way, like man versus the environment. Because keep in mind, if you're on a farm, a ranch, a city, you still have to deal with the environment,
Sure,
all of
so we
our
all do.
lives.
Yes, yes.
Building a train, building the tracks, the transcontinental. It took years and years and years. Thousands of people died. Many Chinese, in fact, doing so.
Yeah.
That was the environment.
Sure.
But the accomplishment was ultimately the train, had transcontinental access to multiple cities and so forth.
Yeah.
But that's what struck me. Man and the bull was the environment, and how we struggle
God, you're fascinating.
with that.
You're unbelievable. I have to ask you this question. When is this going to be made into a movie?
Well, believe it or not.
Okay, you didn't put me up to this, but I see it coming. We need it.
So someone who came to one of my tutorials about a year ago happens to be a producer and has done several, and I have to be careful. I say this minor productions, but still they're major minor productions.
Yeah.
He is so fascinated by the book. He read the book and he said that we are currently pursuing that as a potential.
I can believe it.
As a potential.
Never heard of it. I've seen a lot of movies, read a lot of books, been here all my life. I have never seen anything like this. This is unique and magnificent and fascinating and inspirational. I am thrilled to know you.
Well, thank you.
And I hope when you get even more famous, you'll still be friends with me.
Oh.
And when the movie's produced, we'll show it here.
Oh yeah.
And we'll make it. Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, I would love
Wouldn't
to have this here.
To do a launch here?
Oh, I would be so honored and thrilled to do that. Yeah.
What do you think, folks?
Love it.
Read the book.
Yeah. Everybody's going to read the book. Everybody's going to read the book. It is very meaningful. Very.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because the constructs or the themes in the book, lust, honor, love, courage, those are things we all struggle with all the time.
That's right.
Whether it's lust for money, whether it's lust for whatever it might be, but how do we juxtapose that with a moral compass and the courage to personify the moral compass against the TORO, in this case, lustful proclivities or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So the story, whether
fighting us,
it's not really about bullfighting.
Of course not. We understand that.
All of us.
It's about our inner
struggles
and Oh, I just love it so much. I love it so much. We can't wait for this presentation.
Well,
and for everyone to get to see you.
I can't tell you how much it means to me that you're sincere about it. You're giving me and Ashley the opportunity to do this.
Well, I was a teacher. We've worked with film. I started film here on the rail yards. I'm the person that started film and saved the rail yard. So we work with a lot of movies and.
Oh yeah, I can imagine you've done
all the time. We did a film in here 2 days ago. A Navajo group came and did a film in here, with the university and CNF and the new media school. They've asked us to partner with them. So we're very, very excited to demonstrate what you are passionate about on film and in book. And I also have one more question. I bet you're going to write another book.
I am.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
God willing, or the universe willing. So I'm writing a sequel to this.
Good.
Because it kind of concludes after this culminating bullfight. And I'm not going to give it away. Read the book.
No, we know.
But there's a little bit of a cliffhanger kind of a scenario.
Good. Okay, good.
At the very end of the book.
Maybe it'd be a series on television. I mean, I can see this going so many.
It can go.
It is because it is unique. It is unique.
I think it is.
And we see so much of the same thing all the time.
Absolutely.
And this is not that.
I think so.
It goes beyond that. Beyond that.
And I have to thank my grandfather, who really was the inspiration to the whole thing. That's why all of you have.
What kind of work did he do?
So he was in construction.
Really? Okay.
And my brother and I were little kids, and we'd go help him. And sometimes he would be plastering a wall. Sometimes he'd be on a roof doing tar and roofing. Sometimes he'd be framing with a piece of wood. Sometimes he'd be painting. Sometimes he'd be welding. And remember at the outset of this podcast, Daniel and Ashley and the rest of you, I said, I learned to be opportunistic.
Of course. Yes.
I
Yes.
thought I had mentioned that.
Yes.
And resourceful. That's the greatest lesson, other than talking to people, my grandfather
No,
taught
I
me.
agree. We got to make a living.
How we can be
Work.
resourceful as people.
That's exactly right, and that's
And-
how I grew up too. And still,
Yeah.
you had a business for 90 years, and you have to make a living.
So it's
Talk to everyone you want to talk
so
to.
as a little boy, my brother and I watching my grandfather, the great rudimentary fundamental lesson behind all that was figure it out.
Exactly. There was no choice.
Figure
was there?
it out
There was no choice.
and make it. It might not be the most attractive, aesthetically pleasing looking, whatever, but it would function.
That's right.
So my grandfather taught me resourcefulness
Mhm.
and functionality. Make it work. It doesn't have to be pretty. And I'll tell you,
Well, this is pretty.
it is.
Who
It
did
is.
the cover? Who did the cover?
So I commissioned the artwork, and I had an artist kind of put this together.
It's gorgeous.
It has a little bit of a Picasso look to it. A
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
the cubistic style, aesthetically. And I wanted the color
Gorgeous.
and the brilliance to pop out,
I love it.
and there it is.
I see this going to huge places,
I
and you as well. I know you already have, but it's going to get bigger. So get ready. Get ready for the
But,
excitement.
Leba, what I really enjoy are the tutorials where I'm showing folks how they can do
Yes.
this too.
I want to ask you one.
They can do this.
I keep saying I have one more question, but I can't let you go because you're so fascinating. I'm curious. Have you taught this at all in schools?
I have not, but
No. Okay.
I have had 7 tutorials, one at the Hispano Chamber in Albuquerque, a couple at libraries,
Oh, good.
one at what's called Million Cups, which is kind of an entrepreneurial incubation platform. And then I did one at another location, and I'm doing one here.
Yeah.
The audience has been 40 plus, 40,
Okay.
older.
Good.
But I'm trying to your point, attract younger audiences too,
Mm-hmm.
so they can begin to conceptualize how they can engineer their own
Yes.
story.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
everyone has a
absolutely.
story.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's so important for young people to write.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's
They're
so
so
much
they're
fun.
so. I think a lot of them are scared. We work with a lot of schools. The students are scared. They don't know how to talk. They don't know
Yeah.
how to write. They don't know how to get up and ask me questions. And what you're doing is magnificent for our world.
Well,
And let's keep doing it. Let's keep working. If you're willing, let's keep working together. We can book schools here.
oh God, I'd be more than willing to do it.
Okay.
I'm so fortunate as a baby boomer. I didn't grow up with this. No offense. We had to read to do our homework.
Yeah, that's right.
We had to write to accomplish our
That's
homework.
exactly right.
We didn't have any of these keypads or anything.
No.
And I
no.
thank God I had this
Me too.
and a notebook.
Me
and that's
Exactly.
and that's kind of what's missing with young folks. I
I
think
know.
because technology has kind of invaded that
Yes.
space.
That's right. And they probably don't have time or the
Yeah.
ability for this deep thinking like you have, and the beauty of what you have, the aesthetics of what you've written, and the deep caring that you have put into this book. So I would love to continue with you. This will be the first of them, and let's get going.
Well, we'd love to have you attend, folks. Please, we're going to be your hosts, and that's going to be Sunday, April 26th from noon, probably to about 1:30, because we'll have questions and answers.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Right.
When you attend, folks, it's not going to just be me talking and occupying all that, monopolizing the entire event. I'm going to engage you, folks, to begin to ask questions about your story and how you can write your story and develop your own Toro the Naked Bull on Amazon.
And remember, like you already said, though, it is free to come.
It is
Everyone
free.
is free to come. You can see the museum free,
Absolutely.
and of course have the opportunity for this really special
Yeah.
class with you. I can't wait to hear it myself. I can't wait. So I will be there.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to be here. But thank you,
Thank
folks,
you.
for
Thank
having
you
us.
very
Daniel,
much.
Ashley, my marketing person, Leba.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you,
Thank
folks.
you
This
so
is,
much.
And as we conclude, it's so gratifying for me because I grew up so close. to
That's
it.
right. We're home.
So it means.
And my family came from High
It
Street.
means
So
something.
we're home.
Oh, you're on High Street.
Yeah. So we're home. Now we're
We
home
are
together,
home. We are home.
helping the new ones coming along. That's what we're
Absolutely.
living for.
Absolutely.
Helping the young people. That's what we're here for.
Thank you again.
Thank you very, very, very much.